Welcome. We are live on the inaugural episode of All Drones Considered with me, your host, Spider Sugar, and your co-host, El Gringo, FPV. This is actually the second time we're recording this because the first one we recorded, none of Gringo's audio recorded. So, yep.
Womp womp.
Womp womp womp. We talked a lot of really interesting stuff, which we're going to talk about again. Um, lots of cool stuff. Lots of cool stuff. Gringo has Chat GPT, which is this AI thing. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's pretty interesting stuff that it came up with. But hopefully the audio this time is good. I'm pretty sure the audio is working this time. Pretty sure.
Mic check.
Yeah, that was loud. That was very loud.
Mic check.
Everyone
Mic
is
check.
everyone is now deaf. Everyone is now deaf. But
That's all right. I feel like half of us are deaf already.
yeah, lots of heavy metal music and stuff and things. Yeah. So this is a podcast. We're gonna be doing it bi-monthly. I think is what we ultimately decide. Weekly or monthly. I don't know. I think the way it works is that the less people that watch it, the more episodes that we do. So if a lot of people watch it, then we'll only make one ever, and that's be it. So if no one watches it, we'll continue to make more or something. That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right to me.
It sounds like it checks off to me.
So we do have some very fun and exciting and controversial subjects to talk about on All Drones Considered. If you're curious, yes, this is 100% a parody spoof of NPR, All Things Considered, which is the most boring radio station on the planet. If you want to fall asleep, while you're driving down the road and drive off of a cliff or into a tree, you just put on NPR. That's all you got to do. This is not that. This is a little bit more exciting, I think. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's boring.
I feel like we'll keep you awake like cocaine.
We'll definitely keep you awake like good cocaine or a very good meth or something. The YouTube algorithm right now is like red flag, red flag, red flag.
Like, all right, we're already cutting your segments out.
This
right now.
is getting cut.
And not talk about hard drugs.
This is getting cut right now. We're not talking about drugs. We're talking about Minecraft or something.
I said propane, to be clear.
Propane. We said propane and propane
Keep you awake
accessories.
like propane.
Keeps you awake like propane. Yes, exactly. But I know we were talking about some things before, and I'm trying to remember what they were. I know one of them was the DJI ban. That's big. That's big news. Although I think it's a little old hat right now. But we did go into some other things like what is supposed to replace DJI. Very funny. We're definitely touching on that one again because that was fucking ridiculous. Like, here you go. This is totally affordable. And some other things too. But as y'all know, Donald Trump's son, whatever the fuck his name is, Donald Trump's son guy, the son of Trump, is like a stakeholder or part owner now of what's it called? Quiet Machines or something machines. Fuck. Unusual Machines. The company that Ledrib. Everyone loves that guy. The bomb drone making company, Rotor Riot's bomb drone making company, Unusual Machines, is like co-chaired or co-owned by Donald Trump's son, and they went on a nice little adventure to more or less push the DJI ban even further. So that's kind of like where we're at right now. With we have Skydio. What was the other one? What was the one? The funny one.
As it was like Azra.
Azura.
AZERA or something like that.
Azura,
Let me check Chat GPT real quick.
Anzu. I already have it.
Anzu. Okay.
Anzu.
Anzu. That's gonna be the DJI replacement based in my
Yes.
motherland, Texas.
So
Perfect
basically,
drone.
yeah, Anzu based out of Texas, and basically, I have it up on the screen right now. I don't know if you're listening to this. I'll give you a description, but basically, this drone, it's like an enterprise drone, and for the low cost of $8,000 and $8,099.00 really affordable. It's totally everyone can afford that. You can get payment plans of up to $700 a month. Super easy. No
Mm-hmm.
problem there. It basically just looks like the brand new DJI drone, but it's painted like this. I don't know, like forest
Olive green.
green. Yeah, it's not olive. It's like forest green, like emerald. It's like emerald green. It looks like they just took the brand new DJI drone and painted it green, and they're like, "All right, this is totally American, guys, 100%."
And don't worry if you need replacement batteries. It's only a mere $400 to replace a battery on it.
Yeah, the batteries are so cheap. It's only $400 a pop, dude. That is a steal. That is an absolute steal. I think a
Looks
lot of
like Big Brother is actually looking out for us. They're getting rid of the CCP and then implementing our own
yeah,
uh
because they don't want to.
runoff.
The main reason why DJI is effectively de facto banned too is because none of the agencies want to investigate it because of the phone that the phone company. God damn it, dude. We were literally just talking about this, and I can't remember what Hawaii,
Hawaii.
Hawaii. The phone thing that actually did have some stuff. It had some scary, spooky spy stuff on it, and it was stealing all of the U.S. senators' porn links. That's what they've been using. It's like scary China. China is scary. I mean, to be fair, China probably definitely would not be sad if the U.S. lost any sort of anything. But I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I know what's not it though, and it's not an $8,000 quote unquote U.S. made drone. That's totally not a DJI drone painted green.
That's still using Chinese technology.
It's still made in China. It's still made in China.
It's assembled in the US, but made in China.
Yes, it's assembled in the U.S. So like, um, the bomb drone companies, they're like, well, we made these FCs. It's made in the USA, and you're like, no, it's not. They're like, yeah, it is, and it's like asterisk, like assembled in the USA. So that's like a loophole that a lot of them get away with. They're like, made in the USA, and it's like they just sewed the price tag onto it. Like, yep, assembled in the U.S. Or they're
I
like,
mean, it sounds good to me. That means it's American made, right?
yeah, as long as you solder a wire onto it or something, or like a USB connector or whatever it might be, that that's technically made in the U.S. technically, which is interesting to say the least. But
I mean, if you get into it, that's how vapes are right now. Like this vape, it says built in the USA. That's how they're getting around it
built.
right now. Built in the USA. Doesn't mean made in the USA. They're still using Chinese technology
Wait, hold on.
to
Is my vape made in China too?
I don't know. There's a huge. I mean, on top of DJI ban, they banned all Chinese vapes, so I can't get Geek bars anymore. I gotta
Uh, yeah,
settle on this American healthy bullshit.
I'm gonna guess that Shenzhen S'more Technology Limited in Shenzhen, China, is not in the U.S.
It might be Philadelphia.
It could be filled. I do distinctly remember the last time I was up in Philadelphia going to Shenzhen, China Manufacturing uh, Limited. After I went to saw the Liberty Bell.
America. I mean, you can't forget that they're looking out for us. That's what matters.
It's true. It is very
They don't
true.
want they don't want any other country poisoning us or giving us their technology. They want to poison us with our own technology. Makes sense.
Trump Jr. and Ladrib are just looking out for our best interests and keeping dangerous vapes and useful FPV technology out of our hands so that we don't,
Hmm.
you know, have fun or like experience ease of bando flying. But so another thing too is like, okay, all these companies are like, yeah, okay, we have drones now available that are like green listed or blue listed or whatever the fuck it is by the US government to be sold. But there's no FPV stuff other than HD0. That's it. That's all we got is HD0, and HD0 still is a sort of manufactured or assembled in the US. Not even, I don't even think. I don't even think they even
Well,
attempt to do that.
there's a Team Black Sheep. They make a lot. They make a lot of stuff that's assembled in the U.S.
I think TBS is based in like Finland or something though. They're like European.
Is it?
Yeah.
Chat GPT could be leading me astray.
What is what is what's the you just ask Grok. Grok, is this
Grok,
true?
Daddy Grok.
Grok, is this true?
It's funny. As soon as like Chat GPT came out, there was a few podcasts I would watch, and that's what they would use is Chat GPT. And anytime something would come up, they'd be like, ask Chat GPT.
Ask
Ask Chat
ChatGPT.
GPT.
Is ChatGPT
Chat GPT says it's true, so it must be true.
AI definitely does not lie or gaslight or hallucinate
When has the
all the
internet
time.
ever lied to anybody?
Dude, the internet, dude, I got all my information from the internet. The internet has never lied ever. Maybe it's this pumpkin spice beer that I'm drinking is pumpkin spice, which I got by accident. What did ChatGPT say? I bought the beer because like it's got a cool owl on it. It's like night owl, but it's actually like a pumpkin spice latte. Fucking
You want me to ask about the pumpkin spice beer
ask
with Chat?
ask ChatGPT why Donald Trump's son and Ladrib are trying to fuck us over by taking away our beloved DJI.
Sun and
That
Ledrib.
you know what? You know what's kind of funny too. Now that I think about it, like a lot of people are like, DJI evil DJI, and then they're like they're banning DJI, and everyone's like, what the hell? Why are we getting rid of DJI? Like for years, you guys were like, DJI is an evil mega corporation. Fuck DJI this and that, and then they're getting taken away in the US, and they're like, why? Why would this happen?
ChatGPT is trying to get me to sign up for it. I can no longer ask ChatGPT questions.
You asked, oh, I guess we're gonna have to ask Grok. Grok, is this true? Go to Grok. Go to grok.com.
Why does everything gotta cost money now? I remember when they released AI, that was like the big thing, is that it was this free thing. And then now they're asking you for like monthly payments and shit. At least Wikipedia, when you go to Wikipedia, that like it asks for donations. It's not like, oh, you have to donate to find out when World War II happened.
So I'm asking Grok right now. Grok, what does Donald Trump's son have to do with unusual machines? First question. Let's see. Searching the web right now. Donald Trump Jr., Don Jr., the eldest son of President-elect Donald Trump, has a significant professional and financial connection to unusual machines. Weird. Suddenly, that happens, and then, we got to get rid of the leading manufacturer, but not Skydio or fucking, what is it? Azok.
Our beloved Azar or something like that.
I love Azar. It's my favorite. I use Azar drones for everything. And okay, so on November 27th, 2024, Unusual Machines announced that Trump Jr. joined its advisory board. Okay. In this capacity, he provides strategic guidance, particularly on onshoring drone production to the U.S. and reducing reliance on Chinese imports, aligning with his father's America First, it says it in quotes, America First General, agenda.
By using Chinese technology and implement it,
By
we
by
assemble it like monkeys here, and we're like, this is American now.
by painting DJI drones green, we're assembling them in America. That's the loophole. That's why they're green, because they get them. They're like, this is a DJI drone, but all we gotta do is put a different splash screen on the little radio. We'll paint it green and sell it for
Mark
three
it up.
times as much. Trump Jr. is a major investor in the company, holding over 330,000 shares as of late 2024. God damn, that's a
My
lot of money.
God.
Holy shit. Even if the shares were like pennies, that's still a ton. Oh,
I
okay, here we
assume
go.
they're not pennies.
It says on November 27th, 2024, they closed up 85% at $9.89 a share, and it hit a record of $11.67. So that's a shitload of fucking money. Okay, here. This is another good one. Government contracts. Unusual Machines secured major defense deals post-appointment. So post-appointment means they are selling their bomb drones. That's all this is all about. The reason why DJI is getting banned is because Unusual Machines, a.k.a. LaDrib, and his new butt buddy, Trump Jr., Don Jr., just want
So
to
we're
sell
looking at
bomb drones.
$8.75 per share.
$8.75 right now. Right
times
now.
300,000. What was it? 300,000 what?
Dude, what the? Okay, can you explain? Okay, so, including a $15.2 million order in October 2025 for drone components supplied to the U.S. Army's 101st Airborne Division. 3,500 motors for attributable battlefield enabler drones. What the fuck is that? What is it? A battlefield enabler? What the?
I guess it enables battle on the battlefield.
I thought just bullets did that. Plans for an additional 20,000 units in 2026 were indicated. The company also partnered with Red Cat Holdings. Oh.
Uh-oh.
If you guys don't know this, Rotor Riot, Unusual Machines, and Red Cat, they're all the same company. Same with Fat Shark. Red Cat owns all of them. And I'm not sure if that's changed with Unusual Machines, but at one point they committed legal tax fraud and sold the companies to themselves to keep it solvent. That was fun. That was a fun controversy. So Red Cat Holdings on Pentagon proposals benefiting from Trump administration policies like June 2025 executive order on American drone dominance, aka fuck you, consumer of good things. Fuck you in particular, DJI users.
So real quick, a battlefield enabler drone is a small, affordable, unmanned aerial vehicle, UAV, that provides small military units with real-time reconnaissance and potential precision strike capabilities.
So FPV drones.
Is what the goggle says.
So TLDR, basically small drones, not like big. Because when the government talks about drones, the only drones that the government has really like ever talked about publicly are the giant like Predator drones that are like airplanes.
Drones.
They started off as tiny prop planes about the size of a Cessna, and now they're like the size of F-16s, and they're jet powered, and they shoot fucking Hellfire missiles at shit. So, yeah. Oh, here we go. This is another good one too. Unusual Machines, founded in 2022 and based in Orlando, Florida, incorporated in Nevada. We all know what that's about. Nevada has some interesting tax laws.
I wonder what's in Nevada.
Just tax loopholes. Focuses on FPV drones, components, e.g. the Brave F7 flight controller. Their American-made flight controller that's made in China, assembled in the U.S. That fucking loophole shit. And retail brands via brands like Fat Shark and Rotor Riot. Yep. Despite its U.S. push, it has historically relied on Chinese imports, raising risks from proposed Trump tariffs. That's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Like
So they made it more expensive for themselves,
they
so
made
that
it.
way they can take the budget and use the budget towards, because everything military made is going to cost 100 times more than a consumer-based product. So you gotta use that tax funding properly,
That's
and people are
insane.
gonna ask like, "Oh, if you're buying $600 drones, where's the rest of the tax money going?" But if you're buying $8,000 plus drones, then there's no questions asked.
It's really funny how they like they kind of like accidentally shot themselves in the foot with this, but I'm sure the amount of money they've made from it is astronomical. Obviously, like love them or hate them, the Trump family seems to be good at making money, whether it's legitimate or not. Uh,
Hmm.
and they don't give a fuck whether you're, you know, the cost for us goes up as long as they're making a buck. And that honestly goes with anybody in the government. Let's be completely honest here. But yeah, so that's why DJI is getting banned, because Unusual Machines has got to make money, and Skydio and Unusual Machines were huge. They were like the biggest sponsors, like lobbying to get DJI banned or on the ban list, basically. So what'll happen is that none of these agencies want to investigate DJI because they don't want another Hawaii phone thing to happen to them. They don't want to be like, yo, guess what? There's actually all these security flaws, and we're looking at you, FBI. You guys said they were fine. You did your investigation and nothing was wrong. And they're like, oh, and then people have to resign or whatever. So that's that. What do you think? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it sounds like a brilliant idea.
Banning DJI?
Yeah, it saves us Americans from having good FPV equipment.
Mm. So what are so we have ASIO, right? We have Skydio and we have HD0. So HD0 basically is like that's technically the only greenlit company is HD0.
Probably because that's what's helping supply the rest of them. What about Walk Snail? What is Walk Snail?
I am curious. I'm curious about Walksnail. I know I had this conspiracy theory that I like to think about sometimes is that basically DJI is already trying to circumnavigate the bans and things with renaming their companies and like how T Motor changed to T Hobby. We're gonna have G Hobby, aka we'll have like DJ or DGI, since everyone says that anyways. Like, I thought maybe that DJI would sell their FPV off to like Caddx or something, because Caddx I'm pretty sure is Caddx and Walksnail I think are okay. I think they got the green light. They got the stamp of approval from the SEC. So I'm wondering if that might happen.
I'm looking up right now American-based FPV drone companies, and the only ones popping up is Lumineer, which we know Lumineer is a big component of antennas and whatnot.
Lumineer is
Inspired
also
Flight.
a known sponsor of bomb drones too.
I think all of these companies are. We got Inspired Flight, Free Fly Systems,
Free Fly.
um, Rotor Riot,
Oh yeah, Rotor Riot, the most
and then of course we
beloved.
got HD0 in here.
Yep.
It's an American-owned company, but HD0 is an American-owned company, but is conducted in China and is owned by a Chinese company.
Yep. So it's
The
like
company's R&D, which whatever that means, I'm not sure what that is.
research and development. It's
Yeah,
R and
that
D.
makes sense.
Yeah. So like when you buy stuff off of HD0 right now, you have to go to the HD0 US store because there's hefty import fees and everything. But they're still greenlit. They're like okay to import, like whatever. HD0 is like, like us HD0 like users. By the way, HD0 goggles too have been awesome compared to the V1s, but uh like HD0 makes a lot of cool stuff, but also they seem to also make a lot of shit that no one asked for. Like, HD0, please fix your quality control issues. And they're like, best we can do is HDMI input on a VTX for some random reason, But they did
And
make
make
that
it silver.
and make it silver. It's silver, so it's premium. There's also, dude, I also saw they made another like whitelist goggle that's silver. That's like Enterprise or something, and it's like I forgot what the price was, but it was like $1,000 or some crazy shit. Like, I don't know.
My God,
Yeah. So, and
that's affordability right there.
that's for like right now. If you want to get into FPV, the cheapest option is literally Walksnail or DJI. If you want a decent pair of analog goggles, it's like $600 just for the goggles. HD0, $700+ It's
You
crazy.
know what's fun? What's funny about goggles is I don't understand. Usually, when you buy used things, it kind of drops the value, especially when it's older.
Yeah.
After a certain point, of course, then it retrogrades. But I looked up my goggles because I have the Fat Shark Attitudes,
Attitude
and they were two
V1s.
hundred. Yep, these are the V4s.
They're the red ones.
Um, yeah, the red ones,
Okay.
and they were $250 when they came out because they
When
were
was that?
like looked at as uh 2017, something like that.
Okay.
Um, they were about $250 when they came out, and I was looking to see, like if I ever, wanted to buy another pair or something used.
Yeah.
The only ones I could find were 300, so they actually went up in price when they were supposed to be like the cheaper
It's just sort of the
option.
cheaper option. Yeah. I feel like FPV, a lot of FPV equipment, as long as it's still working, definitely seems to retain its value. As long as it's like comfortable and
Especially
works
analog,
well. Analog, yeah.
because
Um,
there's no updates to analog. It's never going to change. It's analog. I mean, maybe the quality of the cameras,
yeah.
but
Dude,
that's about it.
I sold my very used and in questionable working condition HD0 goggles for like over $500, which is
Damn.
crazy. Yeah, and the reason why I got rid of them is because they kept doing crazy shit, and they in the main menu you'd get a seizure every time you like moved the scroll wheel. It was bad.
I
Yeah, it was
was
bad.
like, I can't even get HD0 V1 goggles to work.
Well, you fried
Or
them. That's your own fault.
Yep. So right now it's a trophy
You should send them in.
that
You should send them in.
uh, I need to contact them. I
Yeah,
do.
you should have contacted them when you first did. Like, hey, I fucked these up. They
I
might.
messaged their Discord and they were like, "Yeah, you're probably gonna have to talk to support about it."
Yeah, I would talk to
And
support. That's one. That is one awesome thing about HD0 is they have amazing customer service. I've never had any issues with them. Uh, they're out. They're not trying to like do shisty stuff. They just keep making questionable products. Like, why? You know, we don't need a
maybe they're building
FC.
up to something big.
Maybe they are. Maybe they are.
It's
But
kind of
like,
like when games are out in what is it? Not pre-development, but the
early
not full
access,
release, early access. It's early access equipment
man.
to lead up like one big thing that they're gonna do.
You know what? Talking about early access equipment, that's basically all we are with FPV stuff. We are
Bunch of
early.
guinea pig.
We're early access fucking guinea pigs, and we pay a premium for like buy this thing. Like, okay, cool. Like Walk Snail, the classic example with the goggles X. So like, guys, you buy these goggles. Guess what? You can swap out the module for when we make something better. You can also put analog into it. It's going to be digital and analog and modular. And then fast forward a year later, year and a half later, to get analog working on the goggles, you have to have a fucking like skyscraper on top of your fucking head. Like none of it, like classic example of just like promises made and kind of like half-assing, like, we decided we actually don't really want to do anything about that. So Walk Snail, not the greatest. Walk Snail, hey, Walk Snail, it would be so easy for you to like overtake the digital environment, but instead you decided to make, what was that new thing they made? They like made some like crappy Avada clone thing that isn't compatible with any of their goggles. Like prior, it's like a whole new thing. Like, why, why, why are we making these weird choices? I don't get it. I really don't. I really don't get it. If you're listening to this or watching this, maybe take a second to type in the comments why. Why, Walksnail? Can someone explain to me why? That's all I want to know. Same thing with HG0. Why? Why can't we just can we please, Ryan, I know you're not listening to this, or you probably never even see this, but if you do, or if someone shares this to the HG0 Discord or Facebook or whatever, I don't have Facebook, I'm not on there, but can we please get onboard DVR? Like, we could do with analog already with a module. Can we get that with HG0? Because that would be a game changer. Okay, thanks. Bye. Yeah. What else do you have on your Gringo sent me this whole list, a Chat GPT list. What else? What else would you like to
Well, I
discuss
won't
other
be
than
able to
Donald
look
Trump
at it.
and you won't be able to look at it. Oh,
Yeah,
only
yeah.
I can
Remember,
look
it's
at it.
asking me for a premium right now.
But you DM'd the list to me, if you remember.
Yeah, yeah. But it's like a half-fast list. It doesn't have any of the points connected.
Oh, I
It's
remember
just talking points.
before we were talking about. I was looking for my um, assembled in the U.S. Chinese vape device. We were talking about affordability with FPV and how you
Yeah.
think that it would be a good thing
I think
to grow
we
the
were talking
community.
about eras. That's what kind of like threw us into it. How I was saying this is like the 80s of FPV.
Oh yeah
You
yeah
think
yeah.
it's late 90s, but I was saying like I think it's the late 90s in like style,
Okay.
but like when it comes to like the people introduced to it, I think it would be like closer to the 80s.
Yeah, I don't
Mainly because how I was
explain.
saying in the previous episode that we'll never be able to show because it's failed. Um, that
The
that
audio didn't record.
if you walk into a gas station and you ask somebody about skateboarding, they're gonna know what skateboarding is.
Yeah, like
But if you walk
your
into a
grandma knows who Tony Hawk is.
yeah, my grandmother knows who Tony Hawk
Like, oh,
is.
I saw him do the 900 on the X Games live.
Exactly. And then we look at like FPV, it doesn't have as much exposure. You walk into a gas station and you say FPV, people are going to look at you like you're crazy. They're not going to know
Yeah,
who Oplos or Phoenix or any of these guys are. They're just going to be like, the fuck is that? And
yeah.
then you
Like,
say drone and they're like,
are you
oh, I know
training
what
for
a
the
drone
Ukraine?
is.
Are you
Yeah,
training for the
it's you training for
Ukraine?
the Ukraine.
Or the classic, honey, he's got the VR. Honey, he's
Do
got
you
the
do the
VR.
racing? That has the racing stuff has been the most common thing. So like if
Really? So people
people
know about the racing stuff?
surprisingly, like
Huh.
apparently,
No one's
um,
ever said that to me ever.
I've had two people in the last 2 days tell me that they know about FPV because they saw some racing video of people racing. And one of the guys, when I was
Huh.
flying earlier, asked me if that's what I was practicing for, and I was like, no, I'm not a racer. I fly freestyle.
That's actually kind of wild. I didn't even think about that. Like, because 9 times out of 10, this one, like my interactions with people in the public have been, are you training for the Ukraine? More common. Less common, actually, in the past couple months. Like when the whole Ukraine Russia thing was like really popping off, and like the drone videos, like the really sad shit. That was like the main one. And before that, well, excuse me, sorry, pumpkin spice beer. And then before that was VR. Like they see the goggles, because so that's another thing too, is like I feel like the general public, they know what VR goggles are. Like they've been around since the late 80s, early 90s, and now it's like more prevalent. So they see
Yeah.
goggles on your face, and they're like, "Oh, he's got the VR." They don't understand.
He's got the new Google goggles,
He's got
VR goggles.
the Meta, Steam, AR, Xbox, PlayStation, Google, Yahoo, AOL Online VR goggles that attach to his Avio $8,000 green enterprise drone.
U.S. assembled, by the way.
Assembled in the U.S. and the assembly was the paint, by the way. So
yep,
technically
everything else is. We're not going to speak too much on it, but in China. So
it did all technically get built, manufactured, researched, and developed, and put together, mostly in China. But we painted it green, so it's assembled in the U.S. See,
we came up with the idea here, pitched it to a Chinese company, and they're like, "Yeah, well, your idea is kind of stupid, but we'll make it better."
Yeah, we love your idea, but how can we put spy technology? We really are interested in your porn browsing history.
For $8,000, you know for a fact that thing's got spyware on it.
Dude,
100%.
1,000%, 1,000, dude. Even dude, can you imagine? Can you imagine? You're like, oh, we're an American drone company made in America. I love that it's made in America. And they're like, why does it cost so much? Well, it's made in America. Okay, sure, I get it. And then it turns out that it's like literally worse in some way. It's like their data has been being leaked to like fucking Russia and China the whole time, and like, everyone who's ever bought one has like suddenly like their identity has been stolen, or like some like crazy shit. I don't think anything ever happens to stuff like that though. Like millions of social security numbers have been leaked, and it's like, okay, cool, and then what? And that's it. There's no accountability.
I'll say one thing crazy about what technology is being used and what. My uncle, he flies DJI. It's one of those cheap ones, the Mavics, I think.
Like a Mavic Air 3 or something.
Yeah, it's like a $600 drone that he got off of Amazon.
Probably like a Mavic.
He was telling me how like he's noticed that he has it jailbroken, apparently, so he can fly higher than 400 feet.
Oh.
Which I told him I don't recommend that, but
okay.
But he was telling me lives.
That's okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, he lives in San Antonio or around San Antonio. I don't know exactly
Don't
where.
dox him.
San Antonio's massive.
He lives He lives at 145 Cowboy Hat Lane, San Antonio, Texas, USA.
And he lives by a base. I'll say that. So he lives by a base, and he's not close to it, but close enough apparently.
Space alien base.
That when he flew his drone, it freaked out and like crashed into some bushes, like something took over it.
Oh, so you think that the military base like jammed it? They probably did.
Something.
There's probably like little alarms going off in like the Air Force personnel there that's like never seen any action or anything. Like, oh my god, we're getting attacked.
They're like,
it's
we
like
got
woo,
one.
Woo, 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 woo.
Red button.
And it's just Gringo's Uncle Bob like, oh, I think this is pretty cool. Like, oh wow, look at those planes. Oh
Let
my
me
god,
get a shot of my house real quick. What the hell's happening?
honey, the aliens took over my drone. But that's
Yeah, and
another.
I told him, I was like, I wouldn't know what would have caused that, but that
Yeah.
kind of goes into like, the technology that's in the like pre-built manufactured drones. Like
Uh huh.
I could see those being a concern with spyware or whatever.
Totally.
Because if they could do that, then they're able to connect to something, I would assume. My thing is like when it comes
Well,
to the FPV equipment,
they're either being connected to or jammed. That's generally what they do, and then they go into fail-safe mode, which is usually crash.
that seems way more dangerous than anything, though.
Eh.
Because then
Yeah.
it's unpredictable where it crashes. What if there's a kid standing over where that bush was, and that drone goes straight into their face?
That's why I'm glad we have pioneers and advocates for our community, like Unusual Machines and Donald Trump Jr. keeping us safe from dangerous
They're keeping us safe from
DJI
the
drones.
dangerous DJI CCP drones.
Our skies might be swarmed right now with $20,000 DJI agricultural drones dropping like eggs or something on us. It could be or like water or pesticides. It could be there could be 50,000 of them in the sky right now, but thanks to the ban, we're safe. And I
Yeah,
think
thanks to the
I think
ban, we're safe. Now we can use American owned and operated drones that are manufactured here.
that are totally not DJI guys.
That they're
They're
not
not.
using Chinese technology still. They're
They're
just we've developed our own technology.
Yep.
It's perfectly fine.
We
Don't worry
developed
about it.
our own technology in China, and totally 100% is not Chinese at all. We swear, guys. Nope.
Buy it for $8,099 and zero
$8,099
cents.
and 0 cents. See, we're thinking about
But you
you with
have to pay for
cost.
shipping
Yeah,
and
shipping
tariffs
and
because
tariffs.
parts had to come from somewhere. But we're
Yeah,
not saying it's from China.
it's it's not China. It's not China.
It's Taiwan.
It's Taiwan. It's a we have a warehouse in Florida, so that's where it comes from.
We get it from Shenzhen, Philadelphia.
Shenzhen, China, Philadelphia. It's a very well known. If you guys are ever in
Ltd.
Philadelphia after you go through the Liberty Bell, go over to the Shenzhen, China manufacturing facility. They give you tours. It's really cool. Sometimes Drew Ladrib is there, giving tours of the factory, showing us all the cool, totally not bomb drones, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff. Yeah. um, but I don't know. I think that's about it for our inaugural episode. Unless there's anything else you want to talk about.
Well, we
Um,
didn't talk about the styles.
oh, okay. Let's talk about the styles really quick, and then we'll wrap it up. So
So, so my question is, I asked before previously, but I'll reiterate.
yes, they don't know you asked it because they haven't heard it.
You'll never hear it
You'll never
because
hear it
I'm
because
muted.
none of the audio. Yeah, basically the whole podcast is just me talking and Gringo. You can hear a little bit of his audio, and it's like, and I'm like, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, okay. Anyways, go ahead.
So,
Go ahead.
so
Styles and FPV. What's
so
gonna
the
be?
styles in FPV, what style do you see becoming more prevalent in the future?
What style do you think? Because I know I know what a lot of people are gonna say, and it's maybe it's just like recently a lot of people are gonna say 3D, right? They're gonna
Yep.
be like it's 3D. Obviously, it's 3D, and I'm not trying to shit on anyone that flies 3D because there's a lot of awesome 3D pilots out there, like Zoe, Danish Stallion, um, the most well-known pilots that fly 3D that I know of. They're really good, and they put on a good show. I gotta say, but it's 3D is still in this kind of like uncanny valley gimmicky kind of like zone. I feel like in right now, like you don't get crazy flow like proxy stuff like Plume, or Pablo Flore, aka Phoenix. Um, from that. And I'm not saying that that's not possible. It totally is, but I think that I think like 3D is kind of like does this thing where it like rises. It's like a iceberg. Like it pokes its head up off the surface, and people are like, "Whoa, cool, that's interesting," and then it kind of just like goes back down, and people forget about it because they're like, "Well, it's kind of gimmicky," you know, in a way. It's kind of gimmicky in a way. There's lots of cool stuff you can do with it. So
I
I don't
think
think it's
like
3D.
I
Honestly, I don't
think
think it's
like
3D.
the iceberg analogy with 3D is perfect, you know, because I think it's just scratching the surface, but eventually it's gonna blow up into a beautiful iceberg sitting above the water
I
if
can see
physics
that.
allows it.
I can totally see
Um,
that.
but yeah, like you said, 3D would be the go-to, obviously. But like you can do styles with 3D, you can do flow style, you know. So 3D is just it's a mode, but
Yeah,
styles, I think uh, proxy as in flying close to an object the entire time while doing technical things, a lot like all plumes.
all plume.
I
Yeah,
feel like will be the future of FPV. Flow is beautiful. I know there's a lot of people out there that prefer flow, just like a nice clean line, looping around things, you know, like power looping, maybe a Matty or two. But, you know, I think technical flying is going to become more common.
I think
Uh,
we already see a lot of technical flying with proxy and flow. It's like all the same. See, in my head, when you say proximity, I just think of like flowing around objects. You know, like so like
yeah, I
you
think
have
flow is kind
spang
of
and
one of those terms. Flow is everything. You could be spangy and flow. Flowing is connecting the feed to make sense,
yeah,
not being like, oh, stop, quick correct, fix your angle of
just
your quad,
going
and then
with the
go, you
flow,
know?
going with
Yeah, yeah,
just going with the flow, man. Like you know,
yeah. So I think flow a lot like proxy could be interpreted into many things too, you know? I think the
totally.
general idea, though, of flow would be like considered what I've heard German style, which is that like, you know, fast pace, going as fast as possible, hitting tight gaps, power looping, hitting that tight gap again, you know,
Yeah.
cutting, going through some windows, you know, flying through a bando real fast. And then you got like what A Plume style would be is like I've heard called like French style, which would make sense because he's French. Um,
Wait, I thought he was
y-
Norwegian.
well, fun fact, you're
Actually,
gonna learn to.
let's be real. He's Chinese. We know you're we Aplu. We know if you're watching this, we know you're actually Chinese.
A Plume, you're Chinese
You work with
for
DJI.
sure.
We know it. We know it. Okay.
You're about to be banned from America.
Jokes
No,
aside.
please
I've
don't
heard
be
that.
banned.
I've heard French style. I have never heard German style though.
German style is because, from what I understand, a lot of German pilots fly that quick, fast paced power loop, hit tight gaps type thing. And then a lot of French people do a lot more like proxy, kind of a slower, you know, kind of feel to things and stuff like that, which I
Yeah,
personally prefer that. You know,
I
I
do
think
too.
hitting tight gaps at a super fast speed is still really cool. I have nothing against it or anything. But I think
It's because
something
he can't
about
do it.
technical I think something about technical flying is just so much more satisfying to watch, you know, even though there's a lot more going on
Yeah.
uh visually with all the movements and stuff. Like it just becomes it to me it's just more aesthetically pleasing. So to answer your question, proxy by what I just described as the definition would be more like what I'm, you know, but like
So
also
like
combining different styles and stuff.
crazier stuff like 3D proxy. You know what would
I
be
think if
crazy is if we got 3D proxy flow. If someone can figure out how to actually flow with 3D, because I think that's the biggest. Sorry to bring back to 3D, but like,
I think we're very close to that. You know, I'd say there's probably a couple pilots already that are more underground that aren't as well known that definitely just haven't broken that algorithm thing to put out there in the public.
totally,
Uh,
yeah. I could see that there's a lot of pilots on the underground, like not really like out in the eye, out in the public eye. probably doing some really cool stuff. There's lots of pilots out there that are amazing pilots that don't have like any sort of following. They don't really care about it, you know. And there's always
Hmm.
going to be that. So like, but when we break it down, unfortunately or fortunately, whatever way you look at it, the pilots that are publicly known are gonna, define that genre. That's just how it's always gonna be, basically.
Yeah.
Like you could be Rodney Mullen 2.0, but no one knows who the fuck you are. Live your entire life and die being better than any other skateboarder that's ever lived. But because no one ever knew about you, you basically, you didn't make an impact at all.
Yeah.
So if you are one of those pilots, if you're listening to this and you're out there and you're like, man, I really should do some more YouTube stuff, or like maybe you're on Instagram or whatever it is, TikTok, whatever it might
Yeah.
be, just get yourself out there more. Just put
Yeah.
yourself out there, because I'd
We
love to
need
see it.
more. We need more technical 3D pilots
We
out
ne-
there. There's already
yeah,
great pilots. Like I said, Zoe and Danish are two great 3D pilots, but we need the floodgates of 3D pilots to open, and
yeah.
also just technical pilots in general. Just also don't take that the wrong way. Learn at your own pace. If technical stuff is too much for you, just have fun with it. That's the main thing about
At,
FPV.
at the very end of the day, like I don't take anything seriously. I try to have maximum amount of fun at all times. If you just do that, I feel like you're gonna have a great time every time. Don't take shit
Yep, exactly.
seriously. Have fun, and most importantly, don't be afraid to explode your drone into a bajillion pieces. I know they're expensive, but that's just kind of the name of it. You're never gonna really improve. You're never really gonna like.
Definitely explode your drone into a million pieces.
You gotta.
It's
I
how you
see.
know you're putting in work.
I see it. I see it all the time with some pilots. They have like really, really like high potential, but then they plateau because they reach this point where they're so self-aware of crashing that don't they don't like send it through the tight gap, or they don't try to like do something that could end up breaking their shit, you know. Which there's
Hmm.
nothing wrong with that. If you're just out there having fun, that's great. But if you're like,
Yeah,
man, I wish I could be better, that could be a deciding factor. Maybe push
yeah,
yourself a little bit
yeah.
more. But
And stock up on spare parts, like
and
the things that you
stock
know for a fact you're gonna break. Props, motors, arms, the holy
props,
trinity.
motors, and arms. Um, definitely. Also, don't forget batteries too.
Batteries.
Those
Yeah,
fucking
you know what?
batteries,
I should have
man.
said that because I toasted one of my batteries. I'm down to 3 now, so I'm a little limited on what I could do. 6S
CNHL,
wise.
CNHL. You need to sponsor El Gringo. They're never gonna
Yes,
watch
please
this.
sponsor me. I'll take it.
They're never
If
gonna watch
not,
it.
I'm gonna go to Ovonic.
Oh my god. That was just for you guys, so you guys know Gringo was joking. That wasn't real. And I
I don't want to go to Ovonic. I'm
will
just saying. I'll clarify. Please don't
uh
let me go to Ovonic.
dude, if you go to Ovonic, we're gonna have to put you down. We're gonna sorry. What do you mean? What do you mean we gotta put him down? Yeah, I know it's a sad situation, but he got bit by an Ovonic and now he's foaming at the mouth. We gotta take him out behind the shed. We have the
Well, I was about to say
old Yeller
the of
Gringo.
Mice and Men. I was thinking of Mice and Men where they take his what is it, the mentally disabled brother or something like that. And he's
Oh
like,
my
"I love
god.
you. Just stare at the sunset."
Yeah. God, dude, that movie is fucked up. Oh my god.
I've never
Uh
seen the movie. I've only read the book.
oh, okay. I've seen some parodies of it. I saw a parody of it recently where it was um like this kid's this 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 man's like son like turned into what's that streamer guy with the long hair? Uh
Uh,
something what the
are you talking
fuck is
about
it?
Moist
Moist
Critical or
Moist Critical. Yeah, he's like he was like transforming in I think it was a Meat Canyon thing actually. He's like transforming into Moist Critical and he's like, "Oh, yeah." And he's like, "Oh my god, I love you so much." And he's like And he like the kid turns and he like says like one of his like catchphrases and he's like, "Oh God," and like pulls the trigger. But it's definitely a parody of that, 100%. But I think that's about it. Look forward to more monthly or weekly or whatever. All episodes of All Drones Considered. We might have special guests. You never know what we're gonna have. Tonight's special guest was the Bee Gees. Unfortunately, that was a lie and not real at all. It says a little asterisk. But every week,
I don't even know what Bee Gees is.
the Bee Gees is a famous hit band from a time long before. They're probably older. They're probably older than at least like 2016. I think they're probably older than that at least. But I think that's it. I'm gonna get another beer and do you still want? It's getting kind of late, but do you still want to play some games? You want to play some video games?
I'm always down for some video games.
Hell yeah! All right, well that's it. Let's do this. We'll do this. We'll say signing off. We'll say
all right, yeah.
We'll say we're signing off. All Drones Considered, and we'll say it together. All right.
All right.
I'm gonna count it down. 3,
Ready.
2, 1. Signing
off.
off. We're signing. Let's try it again.
Bye.
We'll try.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. One more time.
1, 2, 3. We're signing.
We're signing off.
We're signing off. All Drones Considered. Yeah, I think your mic is still muted on this. Because if I unmute it, then it just doubles it. Well, I'll have to figure something out. No, I think it's just muted on this. On like the outro / intro thing. It's muted again. Oh my god. We're deleting All Drones Considered. We tried twice in a row. Fuck. It didn't record. All Drones Considered. In the trash. Yeah, I gotta figure out how to get your mic on this part too. But that's it. It's just this part. Yeah. Well, that's it. We gotta take a big shit.